Are you thinking of moving to Woodinville, Washington? Well, in this video, we are doing a walking vlog tour of Woodinville, so stay tuned. What's up, everybody? This is Tova Williamson,
Leah Zamir,
and on this video, on this channel, we shoot tons of videos of what it's like to live in the Seattle metro area. So if you want more of those videos, go ahead and subscribe and click the bell and be notified every time a new video comes on. And if you're thinking about moving to Woodinville or anywhere in the Seattle metro area, give us a call, email, text. We got your back when you're moving to Seattle. Okay, so today we are in Woodinville, which is a small little suburb kind of northeast of downtown Seattle. It's in the area that's technically described as the east side. Yeah. And Woodinville is known for its wineries. There's a lot of wineries here. We're gonna go cruise around some of them and drive so you can take a look. But right now we're in kind of the little downtown area. Super charming.
Area just got built up. So
yeah.
These are like brand new condos that hit the market. Condos aren't too big here, more like single families, but this area is super cute and tons of new restaurants going in, tons of new shopping centers in this area.
Like we're down at the street level and then you can see above, you've got apartments and condos here. So again, in Woodinville, you don't have a ton of condos. Kind of this little downtown center is where it's mostly concentrated. And then outside of here, you have much larger homes, much larger lots here. Everything is kind of a lot more spread out. There are some smaller kind of housing developments with smaller lots, but there's just a lot of really bigger houses out here and kind of older.
And then we're gonna go later to one of the biggest wineries in Woodinville, Chateau Ste. Michelle. Beautiful space. They pair with some of the oldest wine families in the world to build some of their wineries since 1345, like 26 generations of winemakers. So a beautiful spot. Excited for y'all to see it.
Yeah, it's awesome. So again, here's kind of like the look down. This area is more built up, kind of like pre-planned. And then if you go this way, that's more towards like the old town. Go down this way.
Yeah, so there's a lot of sprawling suburbs over there.
Yeah.
Closes in on between Bothell and Redmond.
Yeah.
So it's like Kirkland, Woodinville, Bothell, Redmond.
Yeah. And I feel like this area is kind of a little overlooked for the east side. Like people hear of the east side and they want to do Bellevue, Kirkland, Redmond, Issaquah, but Woodinville's kind of like a little hidden gem, I think. Yeah. Like people don't really think about it as much, but it's
the nicest mix, I think, of like rural, suburb, and urban. Like
yeah.
It's got this weird little personality to it.
Yeah. And it definitely can feel more rural in some of the areas compared to like Kirkland or some of the other east side cities, because it's just more sprawling, like.
Yeah, we'll drive by some of the farms and some of the.
We've got a cute little
blueberry farm. I had a client buy out here.
Aww.
Yeah, cute.
Fun. Yeah, they definitely have like the you pick farms out here, so you can come and pick berries in the summer. You can do pumpkins, apples.
Hopefully not blackberries. No, everywhere is blackberries.
Blackberries are just weeds that take over.
They're wonderful to eat, but terrible to step in.
Yeah. I always imagine that because you see blackberry brambles like covering like just anywhere in Seattle. I just imagine like, what if you're like out going for a jog and you trip and fall? The blackberries, they're like huge thorns. Like they're terrible. Oh, cute dog.
We walked by like the Rusty Pelican. That's a good brunch spot.
Yeah. Got tasting centers. Like here's very wine centered. Like you'll just see a lot of wineries and just tasting rooms for wine. So if you're big into wine, like this is a good place to be, I think.
It's kind of stepping stone too to like going east in Washington. So like you can drive from here to like Wenatchee and be in the mountains a little easier too. So I love Woodinville. For the east side neighborhoods, it's definitely my favorite. And
it's super like, look at just all the kind of nature around. Like it's very pleasant and kind of more quiet too, like a little more, like we said, off the beaten path, so it's not as like many people necessarily. So now we're coming to the end of the little downtown area that you can see behind us, and we'll just do a little quick shot. We're at a roundabout, but to give you an idea of some of the like fields, I guess, wine fields, is that what they're called? Wine orchards. So yeah.
Apparently they like will take some of the wines, the grapes from here where they have like wetter soil, and then they take a lot of the wineries also have spots on the east side where they have a lot drier, more temperate, less temperate soils, and they can come up with all sorts of wine.
Look at you.
This farm region is more like from the farmer's perspective.
Yeah.
Versus like the more corporate wine regions like in California and France. So
Oh, nice.
very interesting
wine
wines.
connoisseur over here.
Yeah, that I learned from going to these wineries.
So yeah, that's kind of like the downtown area. Oh, let's talk about house prices real quick though before we cut off. Woodinville, same thing, it's still east side, so you're looking at over $1 million easy on these houses. Like I said, I think you'll get some larger homes, maybe a little bit bigger lots here than some of the other east side cities, but you're still looking at
probably
1.2, 3, 4, 5, to start.
Even in the height of interest rates, I think my parents had to go all the way up to 1.2 to get a home here.
Yeah.
But you look at like, I think price per square foot is a lot lower here.
Yeah,
compared to Kirkland and Bellevue.
Yeah, because the houses here tend to be a little bit larger. So, all right, so stay tuned. We're gonna go kind of cruise around, show you guys some of the areas, and then stop at a winery too.
We are entering Woodinville.
Cute.
Woodinville is a very, Tova and I were talking because she would live in Kirkland if she had an east side choice, and I would live in Woodinville. And so I'll open it up with why I would live in Woodinville. It's really cool. It's like our Sonoma County. There's tons of wineries. There's a little bit of a sprawling neighborhood. You saw that was a farm stand a second ago, and these are some like little farms. They've got lavender farms and pumpkins and a lot of cute stuff in Woodinville. And then the houses, they're also starting probably around the same range as Kirkland, but you get a little bit more square footage on the lots over here. So I love it. It's a little bit of a trek from like if you work in Amazon or you work in Redmond, but it feels a little more country in a fancy way.
Northeast of Kirkland.
So these are some of these
big
little Woodinville houses.
Nursery.
Cider. It's kind of got like those more rural community feels in terms of like you could stop off for a sandwich or get your free fruit, or not free fruit, but pick your own fruit. Mm-hmm. But then you're in like a more urban area. And then what's really cool about Woodinville, which I've said already, but the wineries, lots of wineries. We'll show you a couple on our tour today. That's DeLille Cellars. It's a great winery. They have an amazing, I think it's called D3 red wine. And it's 3 stories, and they have 3 different tasting room vibes. It's fun to come to. One of my favorite wineries is Janook, Janiuk, in Novelty Hill. So big facilities here and some really cool spaces to go hang loose.
taste your wine.
And to Tova's point, the what's that? Burke Gilman Trail bikes all the way from Seattle down to here. So if you ever want like a long ride,
it turns into like the Lake Sammamish or Sammamish River Trail or something through part of it once you get over here.
Here is Chateau Saint Michel. This is one of our biggest wineries. I think they sell wine everywhere, so you might be able to pick it up wherever you are.
Don't they have like concerts out here too?
Yep. So we'll walk around and I think we can maybe show you where the concert series is. It's super beautiful all year round. And then in the summertime, they host movie nights and they do concerts. And it's actually one of my favorite venues because they have little lawn seats and then they also have dedicated seating. And there's not really a bad spot, and the sound quality is really nice. Because in Seattle, they have the zoo tunes, and they do concerts in the zoo. But this is a similar experience, but a little bit nicer, I think.
So we are at Chateau Saint Michel, which is the winery that we were talking about. Very lovely area.
Let's walk through here. You can. They're just doing wine tastings.
So they got wine tastings over here.
Cute little bubbles with
See the bubbles behind us, like indoor little pods. Pond.
And then if you show over there,
Oh,
Wine
lovely.
Enjoy, that's where the concert series are.
So pretty.
Yeah.
I wonder if they do weddings here.
They do.
Yeah.
But they're extremely expensive.
I'm sure. So yeah, this is beautiful grounds.
I think they have a hotel now, maybe not, but there's lots of little hotels in the area, but it's an adorable space to come and experience.
Yeah, super cute.
And I don't know how far out they sell their wine. I've seen it, I've definitely seen it in California, but they're in all of the grocery stores here. So it's one of our biggest wineries in Woodinville, and they definitely utilize the space.
I just bought a bottle of it last night.
Oh yeah? It's always a safe bet.
Yeah.
And then they have their specialty like reserves and stuff when you go tasting in here.
Just lovely. It's like a castle.
Wonder what they're getting ready for.
Wine Enjoy.
Tasting room. Should we indulge?
Yeah.
Yeah?
All right, we're gonna go have some wine. And so that's Woodinville. If you're thinking of moving out here or anywhere in the Seattle metro area, give us a call, email, text. We got your back.